All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful, absolutely beautiful Friday morning. May the Lord bless you all in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah, as Bitcoin. What's the title of the video again? Let me check. The data is in. Huge breaking news for Bitcoin and crypto. Oh my goodness, can you guys believe it? We got a big old pumperoni and queso yesterday of approximately, let's see here, from that low yesterday, about 2.3%. Wow. Absolutely amazing. Now, we're going to be talking about what is going on with Bitcoin, how we are officially breaking above, like this white box, if you guys remember yesterday, was our key resistance. All right, was our key resistance, and we did get a little bit of a wick down from that area, just a little bit, consolidation, and then boom, breakout, right? And we are currently flipping this resistance now into support. Now, this is obviously crucial because this is a key level. We understand 115 is a key level. So if we're going to lose this now, not a good look. But if we hold this, excellent look, and I would expect higher, honestly, to new all-time highs. And we're going to be looking at the chart because we are reclaiming major areas of resistance as support. Now make sure to smash the like button because, as usual, if we can get 1,000 likes from the first half hour, we will be giving away 1,000 USD Tether. Shout out to Luke Bradford, shout out to Tina D, shout out to Nicholas, shout out to Dutang the Crypto Surfer, shout out to Annie Booster, don't forget to like, guys. Major shout out to Keep On Grinding. Shout out to Board PC Guy. He says RDLs equals hammies and glutes. Hip thrust equals just glutes. Maybe for you, Board PC Guy, I don't know, man. But when I do RDLs, all right, it works my hamstrings only. All right, the next day I have some insanely sore hamstrings with that deep stretch, and my glutes feel like nothing. And I'm a big proponent of having a strong glute. All right, thick glutes. All right, I like to look in the mirror behind me and see a big old thing popping out of there. You know what I'm saying? And the hip thrusts, that's where it's at. In fact, I did some this morning. Oh man, when I walk, I can feel that worked gluteus maximus. Man, it feels good. Shout out to Impaled Rectum. What the heck kind of a YouTube name is that? Shout out to Nick E. RDLs and hip thrusts, two separate muscles completely. That's what I say, man. You gotta do both. You know, man, the best leg day in the world for me, if you're gonna work out your whole legs in one day, you gotta get a squat. All right? You gotta get a single leg quad movement. You gotta get yourself an RDL. You gotta get yourself a hip thrust, a glute thrust, and a calf exercise. All right? Can't be skipping on any of those, in my opinion, or you're gonna be missing out. All right? Of course, for me, it's even more intense because I'm 6'3", 200 pounds, and you know, I have Johnny Bravo syndrome. Major shout out to Kai Dragon, shout out to Leviathan, shout out to J Boy Bullish in the chat, and Mikey, he said rate cuts are almost 100% locked in. Let's take a quick little look at the FedWatch website here. As you can see, cmegrouptools.quickstrike.net redirected me too many times, so we're gonna hit that good old refresh button and take a look here and see, bam, baby, this is the same as it was yesterday. The data has come in, all right? PPI looking pretty good, inflation looking pretty neutral, as the Bitcoin price 15 minutes before New York Open is holding this support for now. Again, if we lose this support, we could see a bit of a more downside to a move to the down to the move side. And we're going to take a look over here at TradingView. But before we do, we got to give a major shout out, first of all, to KCEX. Because KCEX, some people call it KCEX. I don't know, guys. I don't know how to say it. To me, KCEX, just like MEXC or I don't know. But they have 0% market order, maker order fees, 0.01% take order fees. The best fees in the world, honestly. And I love scalping on this dang exchange because the fees are so good. They're just so good. Also, we got to give a major shout out to WEEX, which is offering 20% deposit bonus. All right, you got to link your phone and email. All right, guys. So, look, there's no such thing as free money unless you link your phone and email. Plus, all this other stuff you can get. Deposit and trade, $5,000. And you get 20 bucks. All right. So this is the rewards you can get signing up to WEEX. Link in the pinned comment, and KCEX link in the description. And also, guys, if you know how to trade but you have no money, check out Klein Funding Crypto Prop Firm. You can get a $200,000 account for less than $500 because I have a 25% coupon code in the description of the video. Okay? So, let's pop on over right now to TradingView. And let's take a look. How's it looking? Quite blue and purple. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. All right? Those Boston area guys pronounce exchanges in funny ways. Shout out to TNT. Tomorrow's news today. Wait, new ETFs start today. XRP Doge. Really? Is that true? Okay, so here's what we really need to focus on. We're going to go to the 2-day Bitcoin chart. Oh, baby. I mean, oh, baby. Is this not looking juicy as all get out, to use that phrase? Now, look. We've been saying it for months now because Bitcoin has done nothing literally for months. That once we reclaim 113, it's most likely new all-time highs. Now, we have gotten a strong 2-day candle close above that level. This is a nice candle right here. And so, pretty much, I have to maintain my bullish bias. When we go to the weekly time frame, we can see that the weekly money flow is getting thicker. It looks like we're about to green dot all over the place. We go to the 4-day time frame. We've got ourselves the green dot of printing. We go to the 3-day time frame. Look at the 3-day right now. All right, now, you know, if I didn't know anything about anything, and I just saw this right here, and somebody said, Jason, this is what Bitcoin looks like on the 3-day. What do you expect is probably going to happen? I would say we're probably going to pump, baby. We're probably going to go back to the range high, right? We've formed a significant bottom here, all right? A very significant bottom. There are many significant bottoms that have been formed on this chart. Exhibit numero uno, all right, if we want to sprinkle a little Espanol into our analysis here, is the significant bottom that we formed back in April. All right, we had ourselves a nice bottom here, price action getting lower into the key bull market support, momentum getting higher over time, giving us the juicy uneven butt cheek pattern, big on the left, skinny on the right, very skinny like the waitress at the diner coming out with your coffee. Every single morning I go to the same diner, Dolores comes out smoking her cigarette, hidden bullish divergence. All right, it's a hidden bullish divergence. How so? Because unlike a regular bullish divergence, where as the price gets lower, the momentum waves get higher, a hidden bullish divergence is as the price is making a higher low, the oscillator is making a lower low. All right, this is called a continuation hidden bullish divergence pattern. And not only have we seen it confirm on the daily, and when it did, you guys remember, you know, I was long from the exact bottom, give or take. I was long since Friday, August 29th, making video after video about how I was bullish, all right? And of course, I'm saying, look, we can't have much conviction until we reclaim this level. But now we have reclaimed the level, all right? We have confirmed hidden bull divs on the daily. We have confirmed hidden bull divs on the 2 daily. We have printing hidden bull divs on the 3 daily. We have printing hidden bull divs on the 4 daily, on the 5 daily. We're about to get that cross on the 6 daily. Money flow looking good on the 7 daily. Looking good, all right? Looks pretty good. So what are we looking at now? Well, look, we go to the 4-hour time frame. We don't see bearish divergences here. Money flow is getting thicker. Momentum is looking good. We don't have hidden bearish divergences here. It looks pretty healthy. This whole structure at the low looks pretty healthy. And so here's really what I would be looking at here. You know, we're heading into a weekend. Next week is going to be super volatile. Why? Because as we know, next week, good old Jerome Powell is going to come out the dang closet flapping his gums on September 17th on a Wednesday and announce to us the interest rates, the new rates. Are they going to be cut? Looks like they're going to be cut. Everyone's expecting cut. Everyone's expecting a cut. All right? Federal funds rate, we're expecting a 25 beats per second cut. All right? We're expecting the beats per second to go from 450 all the way down to 425, which changes the tempo of inflation. In fact, even though the beats per second gets slower, the inflation goes up. How does that work? It's called inverse perpetual inflation trading crypto YouTuber making stuff up-ism. Now we come back to the chart here, all right? Take a look at this. I'd say now 113, which was our major resistance, is now going to be our very key support. Because now that we're back inside value area low of the range, which was resistance, is now going to be key support. So if we do get a pullback from here, which is possible. In fact, I would say this, if we're going to lose this golden pocket here, right, this is our resistance. So if we lose this golden pocket here, that opens up the doorway to more downside. Let's be honest. All right, I'm going to say honest. I'm going to pronounce the H. You know, like Australian people pronounce the H, I think, right? Like H, you know, H. Yeah, so we got that going on. But look, let's go ahead and take a look at the volume down here. All right, shout out to all my Australians, by the way. You know, no hate on the H announcement makers. But let's see. Let's go ahead and pull some fibs as well. Low to high. Last swing low to high. Okay. Yeah, so look at this. I mean, we just take a local fib from the last swing low before the breakout, the last low before this big breakout. And you can see that we do have a nice zone of support coming in right around that key level of like 112.7 to 113.3. There's going to be very key support right now. It's simply this. It was support historically, flipped into a resistance. So it's like floors of a house, right? What used to be the ceiling is now the floor. We jump from the floor and then we land back on the floor, right? We don't expect the floor to fall through. Of course, sometimes there's a weakness in the floor. The fiberglass floor is weak or something, or the wood rotted, or you had termites. You know, God forbid, you had termites and they ate through the floor of your house. That's how actually markets crash. It's the termites, the market termites. All right, they actually eat away at the price action over time. We would expect this to hold for now. Okay, and also I'm going to go ahead and take an anchored VWAP from the low in April. All right, that's going to come in a wee bit lower there. Let's go ahead and put on our 786. Yeah, so I'd say we could extend this as a zone in general. This zone here, which works even historically, of resistance, support. This is where I would actually be looking for another long trade. But right now, the fact that we have closed 2 daily candles above 113 means the probabilities right now are highest that we do eventually make it back to 120,000 at the value area high of the range. All right, just based on probabilities, that is the highest. And everything is looking pretty nice for a potential rally into the FOMC decision next week. So right now, I'd say like this would be my next like higher term time frame trade that I'd be looking at. Obviously, we have the TP1 at the high volume node, which also happens to be the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement from the low to the high. We'd have to, you know, when I say TP1, you know what I mean. Like that's our first resistance. But then we come up to 120, and honestly, if we're coming up to 120, we might as well go for the highs, and we might as well break out of the range. All right, now remember this, like 107,000-ish area, this is very, 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 very key support, right? It's the back test of this, right? Those previous highs. So far, we're in an uptrend. We're seeing support hold as support. We're seeing resistance flip into support. We're seeing bullish signs on the weekly, on the 4-day, on the 3-day, on the 2-day, on the 1-day, on the 4-hour. Money flow is getting thick. So far, it looks kind of healthy. What would get me feeling bearish here as we have 3 minutes until New York Open? Well, locally, like for today, if we're going to come back down below, I'd say 114.7. That would make me say, okay, it's most likely that we see more downside, because that's actually a key, the local key support resistance flip. You can see what was resistance yesterday should be support today. So if it's not, well, maybe we get more of a cool down, and maybe we actually do come back down to our 113 area for support. But as long as we're holding this, right? Like look what happened yesterday. We had our resistance, and then we held it, right? We held it. That was Wednesday, I'm sorry. So same with today. We have our resistance. So long as we're holding it, it's all good in the hood. It's all gravy, all right? It's all gravy. What is gravy even made out of? Like chicken juice, turkey juice? I don't know, but it sure does taste good. You know, something about fat is very, very, very palatable. Tastes good. It tastes good. And there's two camps out there. There's people who think food that tastes good means it's good for you, right? Because your body's telling you, ooh, I want more of this. Food that tastes bad, like vegetables, is bad for you. Your body's saying, don't eat this. Then the other people say the opposite. If it tastes bad, it's good for you. You know? And if it tastes good, it's bad for you. You know? So it's just like the charts, you know? I come to the chart, I'm super bullish. Someone else comes out, they're super bearish. It all depends how you look at it. you know? It all depends how you look at it. Now, let's take I do want to take a look at Ethereum quickly, but first, let's shout out to everybody in the chat. The sound is in and out. Is that true? Is that true? I hope not. Mic is fine. Refresh your end. Mic test. Do we need a mic test up in here? I hope it's all good. Shout out to Randy Greer. Shout out to Fred Sloan. Shout out to John Shanks. We have news in 30 minutes. We'll check it out. Shout out to Steak Sauce. He says they're cutting because Orange Guy has weakened the economy so much already. Shout out to Sean Walker. Great analogy. Shout out to Tuvex. Just refreshed. The other guy said fixed it. Okay, cool. Shout out to Lasers Go Pew Pew. He says these PPL are insane. Still Nasty says 116K really. Nas Industry says LMAO. Donald Pump says thumbs up. Shout out to Joe Potter. Long and strong, baby. Shout out to Steak Sauce who just pre-ordered the phone. Cool. All right. Big Huggy says I'm muted. Well, that's a shame. We got 1,000 people in the house, baby. Make sure to smash up the like button. Smash up the like button. And we'll take a look at Ethereum as well. Now, Ethereum just simply trading the range. But here's one thing we can say about Ethereum here. All right. This is the 4 hour. Let's go to the daily. Yeah. The daily looks good on ETH. Let's go to the 2-day. When I say good, I mean bullish. Let's go to the 2-day. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. 2-day looking nice. Let's go to the 3-day. Come on, come on, come on, Marcus Iver. Come on. It's my internet. You know, I live out in the sticks, guys. You gotta forgive me. You got to forgive me. I'm out here in the wilderness. Come on! All right, there we go. Even the 3-day looks good. We've got the money flow thickening. It looks like we're about to green dot all over the place. Now, I do have to say this, guys. I do have to say this. On our daily, and I'm going to go back to our 4 hour, obviously, the key level that we need to hold above for ETH is going to be the previous support resistance flip right here. Okay, we start to lose this, and it's not a good look for ETH. All right. This is very key. That's going to be on Bybit USD inverse perpetual $4,496.75. We do have a 4 hour red dot printing. All right. So really, when I look at Bitcoin, when I look at Ethereum, I am seeing consolidation before pump, sideways and down before pump. And I'm not saying that's guaranteed to happen, but that's what I would lean towards here. And if we do get another move down on Ethereum, I would say a nice and juicy place. I mean, this would be a gift. All right, this would be an absolute gift. If we do, let's say, see some kind of a weekend dump or like a pre-FOMC flush, we have this liquidity down here, confluence with the value area low, where we basically have 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 higher lows down here, which could lead to a big flush. All right, a big flush. And then that would actually be, in my opinion, that could be and would be our ticket to breaking out above $5,000. And let's say we conservatively target $5,248.94. That's almost a 7-to-1 risk reward. If this happens, right? Let's just assume that this happens, like weekend happens or something next week. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. Everyone's wrecked. Who's selling crypto on crypto Twitter? Everyone's going to be talking about who's selling ETH. Okay, now look, Market Cipher B, if that happens, we're going to see the money flow crossing from the purple into the blue. The momentum waves getting higher over time. Like I said, this would be a gift. We're seeing uneven butt cheeks, cheeks upon cheeks upon cheeks. All right, we take a look at Market Cipher B. You know, we take a look at Market Cipher B. Do we see any butt cheeks?
Market Cipher B. Do we have any butt cheeks? Oh, yeah, we have billions and billions of butt cheeks. This is going to be huge.
So we could have billions and billions of butt cheeks on Market Cipher B. It could be huge if that happens. All right, now there's other things that could happen for Ethereum as well, which is this. I mean, look, we're coming up towards value area high of the range, so be aware that it is a little bit of resistance. So first of all, we look to hold 4,496.75. We don't hold that. I'd say we could take from the big impulse from the POC to the high. Let's take our fib. Let's take this range here, because this is actually our local range that we're currently breaking out of here. Yeah, I'd say it actually, I would look for value area high of this range as our first support at 4,400. So if we lose 4,500, 4,400 is also local support. And then a gift, in my opinion, would be to wreck all of this, because this looks super wreckable, does it not? Just wreck it real quick, big old wick, and then get that with the bullish divergences. Okay, other things to be aware of right now with ETH, of course, we always got to be aware of potential bearish scenarios for Bitcoin and ETH. And so here's the deal. We're going to go ahead and pull our Fibonacci right now. And again, there's nothing bearish about this consolidation because this is our high. We couldn't even make a lower low here. All right. So we made a high, we made a higher low. This is still bullish market structure. All right. But we understand that this technically is local resistance. If we're going to look for any kind of a pullback after more of a pump, it would probably be from the Golden Pocket 786. And we would probably also want to be seeing some divergences on the 4-hour. And in my opinion, if we did do something like this, it could signal more downside, let's be honest. But more than likely, I'd say we would just continue in here for a while and eventually we would break out, right? So this would be a local area of resistance. That's going to come in around 4,700 to around 4,800. That's the local Fibonacci Golden Pocket 786. All things considered here, I would say this is the confines of our sideways range right here. So as long as we are within this, we should not be overly bearish in the event of a pullback from here, but instead be recognizing that we do have good opportunities coming back down to the lows because we would see extremely bullish divergences. And we would also just be coming back down to support, right? Don't get scared at support, you know? You're trying to short support, you're about to get hort. You know, Retail Ryan coming out, looks at the chart, gives it a little snort. Gets greedy like a pig, shorts the bottom. Next thing you know, he's liquidated. And you can always spot them because they pop in the order flow chart. You see them coming on in with the shorts opening up at support. All right? Let's see. Ethereum Minute Lad, shout out to Preparing for War. He says, my alt setup's making me very satisfied lately. God bless you, Preparing for War. Thank you so much for popping on in. Shout out to TNT Tomorrow's News today. Just in 4,210 million worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum options expire today. Whoa, you know what that means. Whoever enters longs now going to get licked for sure. Going to get licked. All right, about to get licked. You enter the long button, someone comes over, gives you a wet willy, puts it right in your ear. Ugh. About to get straight up liquidated. I don't believe in politicians, Jason. That's smart. I don't believe in them either, but you know what? I do enjoy the AI. Shout out to Splashfire Films. He says, Market Cypher B can't see you. What do I think about that 4-hour chicken drinking water candle on ETH? We're talking about ETH. I don't think we have the chicken drink water yet on ETH. All right, if you're talking about Bitcoin, what do I think about it? I mean, it's technically, I don't really like it. I would rather take the high at 117,340, honestly. All right, so New York has just opened. Let's take a look here at the order flow chart. Got to refresh. This is Market Monkey, by the way. My new order flow platform. Actually, hang on. I got to use it on a different browser, I think. Let me double check. No, I'm good. Okay, let's see. We have some bearish CBD here, actually. We do have some bearish CBD here. New York opened with let's see, a bunch of longs opening up. Wow, New York opens with 9 million longs popping on in. And that's giving us a little bit of bearish CBD. Now we're getting a little bit of a move, and we just front ran the VWAP as well. So we could actually see a little bit of downside today on New York Open. We might see a dump and pump. You know, New York loves to give the old 1-2 punch, right? Where we get the dump and then the pump. Yeah, let's see. So look at that. Let's go to a 5-minute chart here. What the heck? Oh my goodness. I don't know what's happening. This is the 5-second chart, guys. That's what's happening. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Okay. Yeah, we've got some pretty bearish CBD forming here, guys. We've got some bearish CBD. So this could actually take us down quite a bit lower. This could take us down quite a bit lower, to be honest with you. So the reason why this is bearish CBD is because from the high to all these lower highs here under VWAP. CVD is getting higher. Open interest in general, especially from here, is increasing, showing us that people are longing the dip, but those longs are being absorbed by a bigger player. All right, longs are being absorbed by a bigger player here. So that is quite interesting. That is quite interesting. All right, we do have some bearish CVD here, so let's see what happens. I think we could get a little bit of a, I think we maybe get a little bit of a move down. All right. Again, until we lose 114.7, there's nothing too crazy to be scared about, okay? Nothing too crazy to be scared about yet. Let's see who we got in the chat. Major shout out to Vave Cody. Shout out to Nupur Sharma. I'm a new subscriber. Please check out ARB. Yeah, maybe we could. Maybe we could. Any Discord quests? Not today, guys. No freestyles, no props, no Pikachu hat, no pump song. Jason is getting old. Man, you know what? Like, we need some serious. We honestly need some serious volatility for me to go crazy with the freestyles and the pump songs. You know what? I mean, I'm not opposed to a freestyle. To get to new all-time high, Bitcoin should have a healthy retracement to at least 112. Yeah, that's our zone right here. That's our zone right here. The golden pocket, the 786, you know, the value area low. I mean, yeah, basically just retest what used to be resistance now as support, you know. Boom. But, you know, if we pump up, you know, next resistance would be here. We could also get our pullback. Either way, I do remain bullish. Even if we get a pullback, I am remaining bullish. All right, let me make it very clear. Where to find my background music playlist? You got to go to Epidemic Sounds. All right, Epidemic Sounds. It's like some royalty-free music site. Shout out to Red Elephant. Shout out to W or L who says sheesh. Joe Potter's long and strong. Shout out to Justin. He says, we've been at 112 now for a week. I know. 112K, then 100X. Got it. Yeah, I mean, maybe not 100X, but I will say this. I do really hope. I do really hope that my long trade here, I can add to it. I hope to end up with a $1 million position size at some point in this last blow off top, so I can make the YouTube title $1 Million Long Live. All right, that is what I would like to see. I've got about $300,000 on the trade right now, and I want to keep adding to it along the way up. That is my goal, and I'm going to see if I can make $100,000 on the trade. There's a lot of things that could go wrong for that. Okay, I mean, there's a lot of things that go wrong for that. Now, when we were up at like 115.5, I was up $25,000 on the trade. And if we're shooting for $125,000+ and I'm adding to it, it's possible, guys. It is possible. But it's going to be tough, all right? But that's the goal here. That's the goal. Shout out to Yadores, who says, shout out to my boy Clutched. He put me on Yoshi. Cool, man. Yeah, it's super sensational, right? Splash Rock. Well, thank you so much for the super chat. And major shout out to Clutched, who put you on my she. All right? And don't forget the likes. Can't decide if I want to add to my long or open a freshie to keep the original entry. Yeah, I know, right, Steak Sauce? But I decided I'm just going to add because I decided to add simply because for the YouTube sensational. I got to be real, man. It's all for the YouTube sensationalism. All right, let's check out what's happening here. Let's go to the 5 minute. Take a look at the order flow. Hey, yo, let's take a look at the order flow. You know, while we take a look at the order flow, should we do a freestyle? Should I do a free? I haven't freestyled in so long. I don't even think I remember how to do it. I don't even think I remember how to freestyle. Let's do a poll, though. Should I freestyle? Nerdy, white boy, cringe, freestyle? Question mark. Let's see what you guys have to say. And we got to give a major shout out to our super chats once again. Crypto Scarface and Yadores. All right. Looks like so far it's a 75% yes and a 28% no. 72. So we'll give it some time. All right, we'll give it some time here. We'll give it a little bit of time. All right, it's about 70-30. I have 1,000 viewers, which means I'll probably have 700 by the end of the freestyle. You know, shout out to Lasers Go Pew Pew. Peace, man. Peace to you. God bless you. All right, well, let's see what we can do here. I need a good beat to freestyle over. Let's see. Yeah, I got to find a good beat. Maybe someone in the chat could throw me a good beat. Who the heck would say no? Probably about 30%. Probably about 30%. You know, I don't even know actually if my mic is lined up with the music. That's another thing I don't know. I don't know if I'll be on beat. We're going to have to do a sound check. All right, we're going to have to do a sound check. All right. We'll do a sound check. Yo, 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 check, check, check. Check, check, check. Gotta do a sound check just to make sure I'm on beat. Yeah, this is just a sound check. Listen back, making sure my voice is on beat with the track. Cause you know we click, clap. Jake Casper in the house, looking for the bounce. Bitcoin price like a cat on the couch, looking for a mouse just to pounce on. Looking like we're about to sing the next juicy punk song. Got the beat in the back and we're drilling to the track. Cause Jason Casper's back and you know he don't slack. Alright, let's see. Let's see if that even works. We gotta listen back. We gotta listen back to that. Sounds on time? Alright. I gotta listen back because I hate it if I do a freestyle and then it's like it's like a quarter second off or like 0.2 seconds off. It's like, sheesh, man. What is even going on here? You know? Oof. No, no, it's not on beat at all. It's not on beat at all. Nah, I can't do it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to fix my audio delay here. Yeah, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, let's get back to the Bitcoin chart here. Yeah, slightly off. That's too off. All right. If it's slightly off, that's even worse. Might as well be way off. You know. All right. New York is opened. Let's see. The time I did the pump song with no music, yeah, that was wild. That was wild. All right, shout out to Memory Man, a good old musician in the house. Yeah, most people can't tell if it's off. That's true. I mean, sorry, Maniac Killer. Look, I'm gonna fix my mic. All right, I'm gonna fix everything, and we'll get it going. We'll get it rolling. We'll get it going. We'll get it rolling. CVD up, price down. What's going on? Well, we are building a little bit of bearish CVD. Just a little bit of bearish CVD here. A little bit of bearish, a little bit of bear, a little bit of bearish. Just a little bit of bearish. CVD. So that's why. But we will see. We will see what happens. All right. But guys, I actually have to head out. All right. So God bless everyone in Jesus' name. I hope you have a great weekend. I will see you guys next week. Peace.